On October 1st, 1992, Cartoon Network was launched. It was the start of something awesome. Also on October 1st, 1992, Tom and Jerry the movie had its premiere in Germany. Still awesome? Debatable. Probably not. But I'm a massive Cartoon Network fan, as well as a massive Tom and Jerry lover, so I might as well cover it. Right. I don't appear to have the movie. I have a good number of videos, just not the movie. This is a minor predicament. Well, I guess I could. Wait a minute, I just remembered. I have this. Tom and Jerry the movie, recorded initially from BBC One in 1999, and then re-recorded from Cartoon Network in December 2000. I might be the only guy in the entire world who has recorded this movie twice. I don't have an official release, so this will have to do. So the first thing we see is the Cartoon Network logo reacting to fart sounds. It was the 90s, fart jokes were cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated as tonight's feature is about to begin, brought to you by Cartoon Theatre.
Well, the opening logos have the Tom and Jerry look, the two main characters and lots of cartoon violence. It gives a premature positive vibe. Now to the plot. It's moving day for two unnamed people that just happen to own Tom. Due to the main characters getting up to their usual anarchy, they're left behind and the owners are never seen again. I find it a bit odd that they not only left the front door open and unlocked, but they never bothered to check if their cat was on board, but there we go. Tom attempts to pursue them but runs into a particularly aggressive bulldog that surprisingly isn't Spike. The dog chases Tom back to the empty house where Tom has to spend the night. The next morning, the dog flees as a construction crew arrives and begins to demolish the house. The house has barely been vacated for 12 hours and they've already got the wrecking ball in motion. These guys don't fuck around. Tom retrieves Jerry and they escape as the house collapses. The main characters we love so much are now homeless. I would say it's a bit of a downer, but then again we've seen worse with Blue Cat Blues from 1956. During their travels, the duo wander into a back alley and meet Pugsy the dog and Frankie the flea, and holy shit they can talk! That won't piss off any fans. Pugsy and Frankie perform a mediocre song and tell the duo in order to survive on the streets, they need to put aside their problems and become friends. Whilst Tom and Jerry bicker, Pugsy and Frankie are captured by two unknown dog catchers, leading Tom to have an encounter and another crappy musical number, this time with a group of alley cats. It probably goes to say that this movie has a soundtrack that you like as a child, but as an adult you realise how generic and awful it is. When you realise an average Singing Kettle release has better music, you know there's a problem. I guarantee you won't remember these songs come tomorrow. Jerry saves Tom from the alley cats and they journey on, until they meet a girl named Robyn Starling under a bridge and the movie really begins. Robyn tells of the deaths of her parents and her evil guardian Pristine Figg, who basically amounts to the 90s version of Count Olaf, incredibly hurtful, neglectful, out to steal Robyn's family fortune, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, she has a stupid dog too. He rides a skateboard. Whoop-de-doo. Eventually, the police find Robyn and return her home, along with Tom and Jerry. The duo are convinced Figg is a loving guardian and depart to the kitchen for some food. As soon as they're out of earshot, it's revealed that Figg truly is an abusive guardian and banishes Robyn to the attic. I suppose this could be considered a spoiler, but let's face it, unless you're 5 years old, you're not going to watch this movie.
You're watching Cartoon Theatre on Cartoon Network.
Fuck, there's an ad break. Well, it was taped off TV, so I should have seen that coming. Well, while we're on break, time for a quick confession relating to the first advert. Dragon Ball Z is the most overrated thing I've ever seen on Cartoon Network. I watched all of Dragon Ball, I've watched a fair bit of Super, I like them both. Dragon Ball Z is drawn out and boring. I had to stop watching towards the end of the first saga. It takes Goku 13 entire episodes to cross Snake Way. In that time, Vegeta and Nappa kill Piccolo, Yamcha, Tien, and Chiatsu. By the time Goku returned, I was all burned out. The show is so drawn out, it's exhausting. Not to mention incredibly boring from having just watched the original Dragon Ball. It's a terrible anime. Oh boy, I'm going to get shit for that. As I was saying, in the kitchen, Tom and Jerry have a tussle with Ferdinand the dog. Reminds me of Dog Trouble from 1942. I'll give the movie this much, it will remind you of other Tom and Jerry shorts. Meanwhile, Figg and her lawyer Lickboot receive a telegram from Robyn's father, who is actually still alive after supposedly dying from a mountain avalanche in Tibet. Figg plans to hide the news from Robyn, so Jerry retrieves the telegram and the duo plan to spill the news to Robyn. Unfortunately, Figg catches him in the act and leaves him at an animal shelter run by Dr. J. Sweetface Applecheek. Ugh. Another terrible song later, it's revealed that Applecheek is just another evil asshole. As it turns out, he's the employer of the two men who captured Pugsy and Frankie. And he has Droopy as well. Okay. Jerry pushes a few buttons on the unguarded control panel and everyone breaks out and Tom and Jerry return to the house. After Robyn sings arguably the best song in the movie, Tom and Jerry make their appearance and spill the beans. Robyn decides to go find her father and escapes with the duo. She's hoping to find her father, who's in Tibet. In Asia, or whatever. The trio return to the exact same bridge from earlier in the movie, they don't know that many hiding spots, where they discover a makeshift raft that takes them away, which gets destroyed by a massive barge and they're separated again. Who gives a shit? Long story short, Figg and Lickboot commit fraud by offering $1 million reward they don't have for the safe return of Robyn, which leads to a massive manhunt with the trio having to escape from Figg, Lickboot, Applecheek, the two dog catchers, I don't remember their names nor do I care, as well as an insane theme park owner with a sock puppet and the voice of Rip Taylor. Eventually, Robyn, Tom and Jerry arrive at a cabin in the middle of nowhere. Apparently Robyn and her father used to spend their summers there. She thinks her father was there. Nope, only Figg and Lickboot. They argue, they knock a candle over, the cabin catches fire, Robyn's father arrives to rescue Robyn before the cabin collapses with Tom and Jerry still on the roof. Spoiler, not that anyone cares, they're still alive. Robyn makes up with her father, who still isn't winning a Father of the Year award, and they take in Tom and Jerry as their pets. As you'd expect, with these two, it doesn't last long, and shit kicks off again. And roll the credits. Oh my god, this movie. As a Tom and Jerry fan, I'll admit, this movie has a few entertaining moments, but the plot is mediocre and way too dark for a Tom and Jerry movie, the music is terrible, the characters that aren't Robyn are bland and awful. You're not going to miss anything by not watching the movie. Trust me. I would give this 1 star, but deep down I'm still sentimental about this movie. I really don't mind Robyn's character. She's unnecessary, but still likeable. If I have to praise something else, I still like the chase scene towards the end of the movie. It's probably the best part of the movie. So with all that in mind, I give this movie 2 out of 5, and it's lucky to be getting that. The movie sucks, but it caught the fan of me on a good day. Alright, I still have these two to do. Oh joy. Well, which one should I do first?